Hello and welcome. Oh, buzzard. Hello. Well, we're going to cross a ford in a second. A bit longer than a second. A ford covered in midges. It's not that time of year. We've only just finished having a north wind. Anyway, actually I may not cross it by foot because it doesn't look that nice, not to me anyway. It's okay so far, but that far end, I think that might be mud. And yeah, I mean I can go, well, let's do it, shall we? And see how far we can get. Please don't have holes. Now, anyone who knows me knows this is a very rare thing that I'm doing this. Oh, yeah, that's deep. Oh, done it. Oh my God. Well, you witnessed it here first. I can't believe I've just done that. Oh, here, alone, all by myself. Ah, there's a track here. I wonder if I can follow it, because I don't want to go all the way I've just been again. But if I can follow an animal track, that just heads upwards, then I will. Have I made it to a path? No. Yeah. Damn. Sorry about all the huffing and a puffing. But it is as steep as it looks. strong smell of nettles. Well, that was a bit of a warming stomp up the hill. I found the track though, the camera cut out. I'd lost energy getting my foot over a log, so I actually tripped up as the battery died, so it probably didn't catch that. But I'm admitting to it now. Yeah, because, well, I'm generally honest as I can be. So we're going to be filming differently now, and I wanted to talk about something that's been happening, that I'd noticed happening for quite a while, and I wish people would stop. Basically, the wild countryside of Britain, the wildness of our rural landscape, our villages, it's all been prettified. People are coming in to nature, same thing, know nothing about nature, made their money in towns and cities, doing jobs that really, if you're going to be ethical and spiritual and all the rest of it, are not good in any way. Making money, coming to the countryside, going, oh, all those trees spoil my view, we'll cut them down. I mean, this, honestly, this is getting really bad now. But, you know, or even hedges. You see, there are birds that need to nest at certain heights in certain places. And if you cut down where they can nest, they start either finding somewhere else to go, or they die out. And very often the only thing that's left is to go and find a hole in a roof or in a shed or somewhere, but not in a nest, not in a hedge or something. And the other thing, well, this is probably going to be a list of things maybe. So that's one thing that annoys me. And when you've got standard trees within a hedgerow, they provide they do something, don't they? They like give you an impression of there's something else behind. You know, they add a dimension to the view. And what people are doing is just cutting them down level with the top of the hedge, because they want the hedge, because they want to be able to see all the way around. So that, again, that flora and fauna that will disappear from that way. And then we'll end up with no standard trees. Standard trees are important, just as small trees are important, just as, you know, low-lying trees are important, just as small birds are important, just as small insects, tiny insects, bigger insects. They all pollinate, they all do things. They've all got their own job to do. And people don't understand that, and they're just making everywhere nice. You know, they're mowing, even mowing the verges, cutting all the verges, so there's no life in there, they're just grass or ivy cut back to nothing, so they're just bare. They're not hedges anymore. Here's a plant I haven't seen for a while. That's coltsfoot. It's like got a furry underside, and it gives out a spike of yellow flowers. But if you want to stop smoking but you need to smoke, get some of that. Not only will it help you stop smoking, but it's also good for the lungs as well, and help clear out any any stuff in your lungs, for want of a better word. But it's just people with money who think that that's what you can do. You've got some money, go into nature, and because you can pay to get it done, you start cutting nature down. The very thing that makes nature and the countryside is just getting destroyed by people who want to move into the countryside because they like the idea of living in the countryside, even though they have no idea of the countryside. They're not connected to any of the nature, and even if they see some of the nature and do connect with it in a small way, they still don't know what it's for and the purpose, you know, not what it's for, but they still don't know that there's like a deeper meaning to it, a deeper connection of that with everything else. It doesn't, you know, certain things just don't exist on their own. You know, people just want to tame it all the time. Cut it back, cut it back. Yeah, and the same with, you know, I call myself a woodland gardener because that's what I do. I don't come into woods and cut the trees down or anything. I'll cut as little down as I need to, and I'll do the absolute minimum that the nature needs. But people generally want you to cut stuff. You know, so I get people saying, oh, I need this cutting, and I say, well, hang on, it's about to flower. We need the flowers to create some berries to feed the birds in the winter. Oh, but it doesn't look very nice. What? Why are you even in the countryside then? It's not about, I mean, that happens in the city as well. It's like people think gardeners just come in and cut what you tell them to cut. They don't think gardeners come in and go, well, we shouldn't be cutting this, we need this, that we cut later on. You know, and if you want everything to work and grow and flourish, you cut it all at the right time, or the time that's ideal for the plant. You know, I've had landlords come in, see in the coltsfoot is an example. I was growing a load of coltsfoot because I was going to dry it and use it myself to smoke, because I was trying to stop smoking. Many times I was trying to stop smoking. And then I got back from town one day and the landlord had sent someone round and they were strimming it all. And I was like, what are you doing? That's my coltsfoot. You've just ruined my crop. Because they didn't know what it was. This was a gardener. And the landlord not knowing what was in the garden. And I've had it happen, you know, in my house. You know, come spring and the landlord's saying, oh, I'm sending someone round to do the garden. I'm like, but what? I mean, I've only got a tiny bit of garden, honestly. It's as long as that log and a footstep wide. And I'm in control of it. There's hardly anything that needs cutting. Everything gets trimmed when I need to trim it. If you trim it at the wrong time, you don't get any flowers. And if you trim it at the right time, you get it to bush and produce more flowers. Which is the idea of stuff in a garden, isn't it? Flowers. And then you find that gardeners and nature people who work in nature, properly work in nature and properly understand it, not have got some qualification in something but no experience. I mean, people who do understand it. I'll talk about qualifications in another video. So not only is it hard work, because you're working with nature. It's hard work. You know, you're doing stuff on slopes like that sometimes. Suburban gardeners aren't there, usually on the flat, so it's nice and easy. Not very often, in terms of, you know, strain on the body. But the other thing is it's poorly paid compared with other jobs. It's poorly paid for looking after the nature and the countryside and the land and plants and animals. It's poorly paid. It's not got a value. It's like being a woman. You know, your work's not seen as anything, when actually you have to know, you have to feel to be able to coax out or bring out the best in the nature that you're working with. It's not just a case of, oh, it's winter, there's nothing to do. In some gardens that is the case, but there's always something that you can improve without making extra work for yourself during the summer. I've done it. Look at this. Now there's a dragon sticking out there, isn't it? Wow. I know the mouth's hidden by the branch there. How's that? Wow. Amazing. I'm heading this way. I think it's the way I need to go. But it needs to stop. There's all this every week, at least once a week. I'll go somewhere or drive past somewhere that I know on my way to work, or out filming in places that I know, at least once a week, usually more than once a week. This week it's been 3 times, and I see things, nature being cut down and destroyed, and then it being built on. I watched an interesting thing last night, and this is related, whereby they were talking about how during the reign of Genghis Khan, or Temujin, is it Temujin? The carbon emissions on the planet were much reduced. And if you're wondering how they know that, well, they take core samples. So they know that in the 12th century, 12th and 13th century, there was less carbon on the planet. And it's said that he killed 40 million people. And that 40 million people meant that there were less trees being cut down. And here's here's another bluebell fairy at the base of the tree, look. Because there was so many less people, because he was killing them, that they didn't have time to cut down loads of trees. So trees grew. So there's 2 answers there. Let's have less people on the planet and more trees. Considering what's the stuff about climate change and everything, there's 2 solutions. Well, I'm doing half of mine. I'm hoping I don't have to go back up there. I'm hoping I can just walk along the river. to head back. But yes, it's really depressing for me. Just cutting down. If it was all staggered, you know, and some bit was cut down and then or trimmed or whatever and then left for a while, but it's just been massacred like a hedge. You know, someone said something to me the other day, a neighbour near where my meadows are, and meadows I look after, and the woodland I look after, the ancient wood I look after. He said, yeah, well, Britain's just a big park. And he's right, you know. People are turning it into a big park because people are scared of nature. People are scared of nature. That's why they need to contain it, cut it down, stop it from being wild. And this is one of the well, if we've got 13% woodland, this isn't even one of 13% of ancient forest. It's less than that. Well, this is nice. An old gate and no path. Wow. There you go, wash it all away. It's my view that if you own a piece of land, then it's my view that you're custodian of that land, and you need to be 100% responsible for the well-being of that land, not for the greed or of your own ego, not for greed nor for your own ego. It should be for, you know, the land is here or will be here after you're gone. It just will. Long after we've annihilated ourselves. And, you know, it's like one of those things, and goes for farmers too. Yeah, I mean, in theory, you know, they grow food for us, great. Not that that's the way we should be. Everything went wrong when we started farming. As soon as we became settled, disease, wars, greed, hunger, famine, overpopulation. I could probably go on, that's just off the top of my head. You know, I mean, I haven't got long to go. Oh, I wonder what's in there. Looks like it should be some kind of water channel, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll probably outlive loads of people I know on account of what I do with my life. you know, being active and everything. And also some people know, don't they? But, you know, farmers have got a responsibility. There's no point putting chemicals when you need more chemicals and more chemicals. You know, because the land's had too many chemicals on, so it's ruined. I hope you can see stuff either side behind me. I can't see what you can see. I can see stuff coming, but like what it looks like behind, I don't know. There are some lovely sights here. I'll try and show them as I see them. The sound of the birds and the sound of the water. Music, nature's music. Yeah, it is unsustainable. I mean, you can't create that by cutting things down. You know, can you feel it? If you keep cutting it, it doesn't get a chance to grow into that. It just doesn't. Now, what's going on here? Ah. The new path is hidden by the tree. I mean, people are scared of death and they're scared of the wild. People are just scared, aren't they? Is that what it's down to? Oh yeah, it was some water. I mean, it's looking like a chat. Ooh. Well, spring's coming down. And this isn't even the river bit. This is a bit further up. Oh right, nice. This is the spring I didn't find. Whoa, look at that. Is it possible to get in there? I would like to. I'll see if I can. There, we can. I've taken the animal path and I've missed the anemones. Oh, and it's lovely. And it's coming down from further. This is the healing aspect. Even though I'm talking about a horrific subject. Well, I think it's horrific. You know, if one day this is all gone because of humans being greedy. I mean, this, for example. You know, what other species pollutes its own drinking water? You know? Whoa, that sank. Wow. I can't make this stuff up. Wow. This is fabulous. This is where it's heading down for the river. Look at all that. I don't know where. Oh, that's coming from here. That's coming from there. Wowee. Do we want to go down further? Should we have a look? Yeah, it's been built. Yeah, so it can go there. And that's a tree. Someone's already been having a look here. I see footsteps. That looks like an interesting mound to have a look at. Oh, maybe I will. Shall I? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Wowee. Well, this is nice. Yeah. Wow. You know, it's not a good thing to go and ruin the things that you need. We need nature to survive. We need it. Otherwise, it's all created by companies and made of chemicals. I can't see that being a good thing. Anyway, thanks for sticking around and listening to this. I mean, I hope you agree. You know, it starts with yourself. You need to do that thing. It's made hard because if you do that thing, then you don't have money. Because people say to me, oh, you're so lucky to be working where you're working, or you're so lucky to live where you are. Well, yes, I am, but also I've had periods of real hardship, and I do really hard physical work that has exhausted me and made me hurt and tired and given me no kind of real private life in order to do it. So it's not like a jolly, oh look at this beautiful place I work in. You don't really notice it, you're too busy doing the hard work. And you do get times to sort of go, oh yeah, this is amazing, but you know, when you're wiped out and hurting with a headache and, you know, wondering how you're going to pay for to get your van fixed or whatever. Anyway, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, comment. Check out the links below. If you want to donate, you can donate via Patreon. That's the easiest way. You can sign up for however long you want to donate, and then end it if you want. Or, you know, sign up for a continual donation. And if you want a guided walk, or you want to employ me to come and do a guided walk talk around your woodland or your estate, or you want me to do a talk on anything, then get in touch. Links are below, and see you next time. Ta-ra.